Oregon is a state in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. It is a part of the western U.S. with the Columbia River delineating much of Oregon's northern boundary with Washington, while the Snake River delineates much of its eastern boundary with Idaho. The 42 degrees north parallel delineates the southern boundary with California and Nevada. The western boundary is formed by the Pacific Ocean. Oregon has been home to many indigenous nations for thousands of years. The first European traders, explorers, and settlers began exploring what is now Oregon's Pacific coast in the early to mid-16th century. As early as 1564, the Spanish began sending vessels northeast from the Philippines, riding the Kuroshio Current in a sweeping circular route across the northern part of the Pacific. In 1592, Juan de Fuca undertook detailed mapping and studies of ocean currents in the Pacific Northwest, including the Oregon coast as well as the strait now bearing his name. The Lewis and Clark expedition traversed Oregon in the early 1800s, and the first permanent European settlements in Oregon were established by fur trappers and traders. In 1843, an autonomous government was formed in the Oregon Country, and the Oregon Territory was created in 1848. Oregon became the 33rd state of the U.S. on February 14, 1859. Today, with 4.2 million people, over 98,000 square miles and 250,000 square kilometers, Oregon is the 9th largest and 27th most populous U.S. state. The capital, Salem, is the third most populous city in Oregon, with 175,535 residents. Portland, with 652,503, ranks as the 26th among U.S. cities. The Portland metropolitan area, which includes neighboring counties in Washington, is the 25th largest metro area in the nation, with a population of 2,512,859. Oregon is also one of the most geographically diverse states in the U.S., marked by volcanoes, abundant bodies of water, dense evergreen and mixed forests, as well as high deserts and semi-arid shrublands. 11,249 feet and 3,429 meters. Mount Hood is the state's highest point. Oregon's only national park, Crater Lake National Park, comprises the caldera surrounding Crater Lake, the deepest lake in the U.S. The state is also home to the single largest organism in the world, Armillaria ostoi, a fungus that runs beneath 2,200 acres and 8.9 kilometers of the Malheur National Forest. Oregon's economy has historically been powered by various forms of agriculture, fishing, logging, and hydroelectric power. Oregon is the top lumber producer of the contiguous U.S., with the lumber industry dominating the state's economy during the 20th century. Technology is another one of Oregon's major economic forces, beginning in the 1970s with the establishment of the Silicon Forest and the expansion of Tektronix and Intel. Sportswear company Nike, Inc., headquartered in Beaverton, is the state's largest public corporation with an annual revenue of $46.7 billion. The western meadowlark is a medium-sized dicterid bird, about 8.5 inches in length. It nests on the ground in open grasslands across western and central North America. It feeds mostly on bugs, but will also feed on seeds and berries. The Oregon grape, Berberis aquifolium, is a flowering plant native to western North America. It is also known as the holly-leaved barberry. The Oregon grape is the state flower of Oregon and is known for its bright yellow flowers in the spring and edible blue blackberries in the late summer. The Oregon grape is an evergreen shrub that can grow well in shade. It has glossy, shiny leaves that turn purplish-bronze in the winter. The Douglas fir Pseudotsugumensis is a conifer tree native to western North America. It's also known as Douglas fir, Douglas spruce, Oregon pine, and Columbian pine. Douglas firs are popular Christmas trees because of their classic shape, soft needles, and sweet scent. They're also used for heavy construction, such as furniture, bridge parts, and building struts. Douglas firs have flat needles with a pointed tip. There are 36 counties in the U.S. state of Oregon. The Oregon Constitution does not explicitly provide for county seats. Article 6, covering the administrative department of the state of Oregon, simply states that more details on the etymologies of Oregon county names and place names in general are documented in Oregon Geographic Names. Oregon's postal abbreviation is OR and its FIPS state code is 41.
Top 10 largest cities in Oregon.
Number 10, Springfield, Oregon. Springfield is a city in Lane County, Oregon, United States. Located in the southern Willamette Valley, it is within the Eugene-Springfield Metropolitan Statistical Area. Separated from Eugene to the west, mainly by Interstate 5, Springfield is the second most populous city in the metropolitan area after Eugene. As of the 2020 census, the city has a total population of 61,851, making it the ninth most populous city in Oregon. The Briggs family first settled the Springfield area, arriving in 1848. The community was incorporated as a city in 1885. The city was named after a natural spring located in a field or prairie within the current city boundaries. For the majority of the 20th century, the economy of Springfield was largely dependent on the Oregon timber industry. Since the 1990s, however, the economy has diversified, with Peace Health now the largest employer in the city. Public education in the city is provided by the Springfield School District. Number 9. Corvallis, Oregon. Corvallis is a city in and a county seat of Benton County in central western Oregon, United States. It is the principal city of the Corvallis, Oregon Metropolitan Statistical Area, which encompasses all of Benton County. As of the 2023 census population estimates, the population was 61,087, making it the ninth most populous city in Oregon. This does include the 38,000 Oregon State University students attending classes in Corvallis, over 5,250 of which live in one of 16 residence halls on the main campus. Corvallis is the location of Oregon State University 420-acre main campus, Samaritan Health Services, a top 10 largest non-profit employer in the state, a 84-acre Good Samaritan Regional Medical Center campus, and a 2.2 million square foot, 197-acre Hewlett-Packard Research and Development campus that invented the laser jet printer and the computer mouse. Corvallis is a part of the Silicon Forest. Corvallis is the westernmost city in the contiguous 48 states with a population larger than 50,000. Corvallis is the largest principal city of the Albany and Corvallis and Lebanon CSA, a combined statistical area that includes the Corvallis metropolitan area, Benton County, and the Albany and Lebanon micropolitan area, Lynn County, which had a combined population of 229,209 at the 2023 U.S. Census estimates. Number 8. Medford, Oregon. Medford is a city in and the county seat of Jackson County, Oregon, in the United States. As of the 2020 United States Census on April 1, 2020, the city had a total population of 85,824, making it the 8th most populous city in Oregon, and a metropolitan area population of 223,259, making the Medford MS the 4th largest metro area in Oregon. The city was named in 1883 by David Loring, civil engineer and right-of-way agent for the Oregon and California Railroad, after Medford, Massachusetts, which was near Loring's hometown of Concord, Massachusetts. Medford is near the middle fork of Bear Creek. Number 7. Beaverton, Oregon. Beaverton is a city in the Tualatin Valley, located in Washington County in the U.S. state of Oregon, with a small portion bordering Portland. The city is among the main cities that make up the Portland metropolitan area. Its population was 97,494 at the 2020 census, making it the second most populous city in the county and the 7th most populous city in Oregon. Beaverton is an economic center for Washington County along with neighboring Hillsboro. Number 6. Bend, Oregon. Bend is a city in central Oregon and the county seat of Deschutes County, Oregon, United States. It is located to the east of the Cascade Range on the Deschutes River. The site became known by pioneers as a fordable crossing point of the river, where it ran through a bend. And 1870s ranch popularized the name Farewell Bend, with the post office later distinguishing the area as Bend. It was incorporated as a city in 1905, starting off as a logging town. In 1910, Muir Pond was created as a dammed river reservoir to provide energy. In 1950, the two major logging companies were consolidated due to depleted timber, causing an economic drop. In later decades, it experienced rapid growth as a center of recreation. Situated in high desert, Bend is bordered by the Deschutes National Forest to the southwest. Economically, it is a tourist destination featuring recreational attractions, e.g. breweries, an amphitheater, and the last Blockbuster video rental store, as well as outdoor sports, including mountain biking, fishing, hiking, camping, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, skiing, paragliding, and golf. Bend is Central Oregon's most populous city. In the 2020 census, it had a population of 99,178, with the eponymous Metropolitan Statistical Area MS a population totaling 247,493. This makes the city and MS of the 6th most populous city and 5th largest metropolitan area in Oregon, respectively. Number 5. Hillsboro, Oregon. Hillsboro is a city in the U.S. state of Oregon and is the county seat of Washington County. Situated in the Tualatin Valley on the west side of the Portland metropolitan area, the city hosts many high-technology companies, such as Intel, locally known as the Silicon Forest. The population was 106,447 at the 2020 census, making Hillsboro the fifth most populous city in Oregon. Settlers founded a community here in 1842, later named after David Hill, an Oregon politician. Transportation by riverboat on the Tualatin River was part of Hillsboro's settler economy. A railroad reached the area in the early 1870s and an interurban electric railway about 4 decades later. These railways, as well as highways, aided the slow growth of the city to about 2,000 people by 1910 and about 5,000 by 1950, before the arrival of high-tech companies in the 1980s. Hillsboro has a council-manager government consisting of a city manager and a city council headed by a mayor. In addition to high-tech industry, sectors important to Hillsboro's economy are healthcare, retail sales, and agriculture, including grapes and wineries. The city operates more than 20 parks, and the mixed-use Hillsboro Stadium and 10 sites in the city are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. NRHP modes of transportation include private vehicles, public buses, and light rail, and aircraft using the Hillsboro Airport. The city is home to Pacific University's Health Professions campus. Number 4. Gresham, Oregon. Gresham is a city in the Willamette Valley, located in Multnomah County in the U.S. state of Oregon, bordered by Portland to the northwest and partially in the southwest. It was first settled in the early 1850s by the Powell brothers. It remained unincorporated until 1905. It was named after Walter Quinton Gresham, an American Civil War general and United States Secretary of State. The early economy of the city was primarily supported by agriculture, and by the mid-20th century, the city saw a population boom, increasing from 4,000 residents to more than 10,000 between 1960 and 1970. The population was 114,247 at the 2020 census, making it the second most populous city in the county and the fourth most populous city in Oregon. Gresham is an economic center for eastern Multnomah County. Number 3. Salem, Oregon. Salem is the capital city of the U.S. state of Oregon and the county seat of Marion County. It is located in the center of the Willamette Valley alongside the Willamette River, which runs north through the city. The river forms the boundary between Marion and Polk counties, and the city neighborhood of West Salem is in Polk County. Salem was founded in 1842, became the capital of the Oregon Territory in 1851, and was incorporated in 1857. Salem had a population of 175,535 at the 2020 census, making it the third most populous city in the state after Portland and Eugene. Salem is the principal city of the Salem Metropolitan Statistical Area, a metropolitan area that covers Marion and Polk counties and had a combined population of 433,353 at the 2020 census. This area is, in turn, part of the Portland and Vancouver and Salem combined statistical area. The city is home to Willamette University, Corban University, and Chemical Community College. The state of Oregon is the largest public employer in the city, and Salem Health is the largest private employer. Transportation includes public transit from Chariots, legally known as Salem Area Mass Transit District Amtrak service, as well as limited commercial and non-commercial air travel at McNary Field. Major roads include Interstate 5, Oregon Route 99E, and Oregon Route 22, which connects West Salem across the Willamette River via the Marion Street and Center Street bridges. Number 2. Eugene, Oregon. Eugene is a city in and the county seat of Lane County, Oregon, United States. It is located at the southern end of the Willamette Valley, near the confluence of the Mackenzie and Willamette Rivers, about 50 miles and 80 kilometers east of the Oregon coast. The second most populous city in Oregon, Eugene had a population of 176,654 as of the 2020 United States Census, and it covers city area of 44.21 square miles and 114.5 square kilometers. The Eugene and Springfield Metropolitan Statistical Area is the second largest in Oregon after Portland. In 2022, Eugene's population was estimated to have reached 179,887. Eugene is home to the University of Oregon, Bushnell University, and Lane Community College. The city is noted for its natural environment, recreational opportunities especially bicycling, running and jogging, rafting and kayaking, and focus on the arts, along with its history of civil unrest, riots, and green activism. Eugene's official slogan is "A great city for the arts and outdoors." It is also referred to as the Emerald City and as Tracktown. U.S. of the Nike Corporation had its beginnings in Eugene. In July 2022, the city hosted the 18th World Athletics Championship. Number 1. Portland, Oregon. Portland is the most populous city in the U.S. state of Oregon, located in the Pacific Northwest region. Situated in the northwestern area of the state at the confluence of the Willamette and Columbia rivers, it is the county seat of Multnomah County, Oregon's most populous county. As of 2020, Portland's population was 652,503, making it the 26th most populous city in the United States, the 6th most populous on the West Coast, and the 2nd most populous in the Pacific Northwest after Seattle. Approximately 2.5 million people live in the Portland metropolitan area, making it the 25th most populous in the United States. About half of Oregon's population resides within the Portland metro area. Named after Portland, Maine, which is itself named after the English Isle of Portland, the Oregon settlement began to be populated in the 1840s near the end of the Oregon Trail. Its water access provided convenient transportation of goods, and the timber industry was a major force in the city's early economy. At the turn of the 20th century, the city had a reputation as one of the most dangerous port cities in the world, a hub for organized crime and racketeering. After the city's economy experienced an industrial boom during World War II, its hard-edged reputation began to dissipate. Beginning in the 1960s, it became noted for its growing liberal and progressive political values, earning it a reputation as a bastion of counterculture. The city operates with a commission-based government, guided by a mayor and 4 commissioners, as well as Metro, the only directly elected metropolitan planning organization in the United States. Its climate is marked by warm, dry summers and cool, rainy winters. This climate is ideal for growing roses, and Portland has been called the City of Roses for over a century.